So I'm still playing around here with the front end. I was doing Flutter now because I don't know how to do Swift UI Xcode or so. But the system should be exactly the same. So right now you see I gave it a new task, which I said that I want to have this header here, the buy Bitcoin header with the X. When you click on this one, yeah, the buy Bitcoin label on the main page. So it's building this now here, logo and label header. I'm trying to make components, as you can see here on the side, so everything is a component, the buy, the transaction modal, and so on and so on. So obviously I'm not coding it, but I'm going very slow with the different widgets or components, how it's called here. I can do the same for sure with Swift as well. I will try this later. I mean, this whole project now, I'm not so sure how long I work on this today. I think I can screen time. What is the name here? Screen time? Settings, system settings. Screen time. Apps and activity. So it's only like 1 hour in Cursor and 3.5 hours in Figma that I spent. And this is actually the important thing. Like this 1 hour 7 minutes in Cursor brought me to this current stage that you can't see because it's not opening. Okay, run the Mac OS app. So here on this left you see oh, I have so many flies here, fruit flies, annoying. You see the macOS, Linux application, iOS build, and so on. I mean, this is all Flutter. Now it's launching the macOS application, which should launch any second. Build done. Okay, and here it is. Okay, so you see some buttons he also made this effect already. I can open this one, close this one. I have a working screen navigation. Here he kept the top, but it also explains me the logic. Now when I say here, buy Bitcoin, he understood. Yeah. Yeah, so I can also go back here or close it. And now if I want to have on the buy Bitcoin screen placeholder, yeah, I can say add an input field on the buy in the buy Bitcoin modal dot center using, and now it's interesting, so the input big, this is, I'm still learning, so sorry for this. I think I need to make it a frame first. Frame selection. Ah, yeah. Okay, so this is Euro input frame. Okay, so then I say check the Euro input frame in Figma through MCP. Now he knows what to do. Make the input highlighted when the modal loads and have the number pad automatically opened, not the keyboard. So I can start typing a number into it. What he, I think, now not understands is that there is like this blinking line. So that is lila cursor. please make the cursor at the end of the input field blinking and in lila. Yeah, so I don't know, now it's getting fancy. I'm not so sure if you can do so much at the same time. Most likely this will fail. Yeah, this is obviously something too much. Yeah, but let's try. So now it knows it should open the Figma. You will see it here that it uses the MCP. Planning X moves, blah blah blah. Okay, he's just doing it. I'm not sure if he used the MCP server. Usually he needs to show that. Okay, now it says done. Did you use the Figma style the selected input frame, and can you check it one more time before we build, just to go sure it now, because I selected this one here, right? And now it should at least start the Figma. Maybe I need to say MCP here, I don't know. Nothing's happening. Planning next moves. Here, calling get code. That was successful. These are the calls to Figma. Let's see if he, after doing this, does some changes. Nah. So now I pulled the design specs for Euro input frame. La la la. Most of that matches most of that. Yes, please pixel perfect replica. Yeah, okay, this is what we want. It can be the same wie this here, Bitcoin amount. It should be exactly the same like Bitcoin amount, but it's not only display text, it's an input field, that it's an input where you can input a number, the amount of Bitcoin you want to buy. So it's different from the other widget. This one is an input field. Okay, you know, you see it's quite complex. I mean, when you know how to code, I guess it's maybe even faster to code this than to explain it to AI. But on the other hand, you need to think about stuff like you have this little here, this here, I think the example is quite good. Where is it? Here. That you here have the big euro 99, and then you have this magenta blinking cursor. Yeah, so let's see what it does. So now it builds the euro amount input dart. That will be a new widget. Here is it. Yeah, this is the same stuff that I can also do for Swift, right? It doesn't matter which. So for cursor is no different if it does it for Flutter or for Swift or for Dart. Dart is the name of the language, by the way, not Flutter. Flutter is the framework. And now here you see he puts the real euro input, updated it, and now I say run MacOS build. Now it will run the macOS build for me. Let's see what we are getting. My ass awesome app. What a beautiful name. Some warnings which I completely ignore as long as I can see what's coming. Okay, build successful, wonderful. Check our navigation still working, add send is working, buy is working, and we have, I mean, it's not perfect, right? But it's also not catastrophe. Yeah, this is how far I got. So obviously now I could say there is no keyboard in macOS. So this one I must now, I come to like a native feature. I must test this on my device. I will do this later. And what I could do is I could say you are only allowed to enter numbers and no comma, yeah. And the smallest number is 10, and the whole thing needs to be centered. So right, these are like a lot of information now, yeah. So I can say, okay, we need to center it and have it with the same background color, yeah. And have it and have the euro symbol always attached to it, so the whole number including the currency symbol is centered. The minimum and pre-filled amount should be 21. Oi. How to make an wait. Euro 21, and the space between the euro symbol and the number is always one space. Please check the Figma design again, make it look like it. Also make sure the user cannot input a comma or dot or character, only numbers. Yeah, let's try. As you can see, for front end, this is quite nice. Yeah, I think it's not 100% perfect, but when you look at the time I spent on inside cursor, which is basically the time I've cursor opened, today 1 hour 15 minutes, I can even go to cursor and check how much money I spent doing this. So this is working here now. Sign in. Work with background agents from Slack. Wow, this is new. So here 16, 17, 1500 lines, la la la. Different thing. Settings, activity usage. Yeah, so this is all my day here. I'm not so sure. Naja, not so important. Let's go back. It's still trying to solve what I just asked. This way, how I did it, is not a good way. I should only set the euro symbol should be attached to it, and then iterate. And then this should be this, and then iterate. And then I should say, don't allow characters. And you know, I should iterate with these small bits and pieces, because when I wrap it into a task like this, then we have it needs to be centered. It needs to have the euro symbol. That the whole thing needs to be centered. The minimum prefill should be 21. I didn't say what happens if you make less, if there's an error message or so. We're gonna see what it's gonna try now. Then there should also always be a space between euro and 21. Then check the Figma design, and then make sure you cannot input commata or dot and or characters. I mean, it's a chaotic way to actually prompt it, so I'm very curious what we are getting. It's building the euro amount input dot. We can even check here what it's doing. So when you know to code, how to code, you're gonna see what it does. And I think to properly build, you actually must do this. Yeah, you should go so slow that you fully understand what's going on here and literally accept all the changes. Yeah, and not just run from one to the next to the next to the next. Yeah. It now builds, I think, these checks, services start, where is the packet? I don't know, stateful widget. Okay, so now it checks, I think, for the certain things. So it said dedicated euro label in the input field, blah blah blah, comes pre-filled, strictly no digital spacing. Okay, let's see. Build the Mac OS. The reason why I built the Mac OS app is because if I try to build the iOS app, I have to configure Xcode and all this kind of stuff, and I hate it so much. I will do it today so I can send you. I can first see if it's actually working on my phone, because obviously this will produce more work later, because half of the stuff that might work now in the Mac OS app will not work in maybe not work in the iOS app. So it's still generating. Not sure what it is generating. Ah, come on. Oh, now it's actually built me a DMG. Wow, that's so interesting. Which I here we go. So add, send, card, security, tuck, buy Bitcoin, and wow, that is amazing. Okay. It's funny that you can't. Naja, another mistake, but generally it worked. Yeah, and that's it. I'm closing the stream.